Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second week of the EGFC Power 5 Invitational. We'll be playing out 4 weeks of pre-elimination matches where the Power 5 compete against each other to earn their seating in the EGFC Power 5 Invitational, a live event on January 18th and 19th at the OS Studios in New York City, leading up to the start of EGFC Season 1. These games will be played in a best-of-5 format over the course of 4 non-consecutive weeks. So if you don't want to miss any of the action, make sure to follow us on Twitch and Twitter at @officialEGF.
Keep going. There we go.
I'm doing fantastic. Nothing better than a little bit of Rocket League on a nice Thursday night, about to get into the weekend, but of course, one more day, and finals week is still underway, so good luck, obviously, to these guys on the field, on the pitch, and off it as well. Hopefully they're studying, getting their noses in those books, and passing those finals with high-flying scores, but we're getting ready to get underway. On the right side in orange, FSU, and on the left side in blue, it is going to be the University of Illinois. So I feel like this is something I should probably tell you here, Navik. The last time I casted with Squid on the EGF channel, we did not have a single game the entire day out of all 10 best-of-5 matches that we played where there was no goal scored within the first 30 seconds of the game. The trend might keep up here as we continue this along, but it is going to be Icarus in towards middle map, hopping it up high. V is going to be up for the side of the University of Illinois, bringing that one back, winning 50-50s up and high and flying. It is going to be Icarus trying to put that one on target. It is going to be a pass, and Bruno takes it in for the score, 2-0 here in the first 30 seconds of the game for Florida State University.
Yeah, Ghost got a really nice pass there. Icarus getting the setup as well, and Bruno finally getting it. Those are some really nice touches, and that's going to lead us 2-up to FSU with 28 seconds into the game, Corn.
If you were to tell me that that was going to be the scoreline early on here, I would have called you crazy, but now it is going to be another pass, potentially for the side of University of Illinois this time, but a clear out towards middle map. It is going to be Icarus who clears that one away as well. Ty pops it up, but now another pass play in towards the infield for Florida State. Bruno trying to get a pass up to Icarus, but it will be a solo play over the top, not going to be able to touch off the backboard, and now it will be O-Ghost. I believe that's how you say it, O-Ghost?
Yeah, O-Ghost.
All right, putting a shot on target, not going to be able to fall.
You know, thank goodness we have an O-Ghost so that we don't have a double Ghost, as both players have a team referenced as Ghost in the game. A good clear coming out here. We're going to see Illinois here trying to get some clear. Ghost once again setting it up, going for the double tap, gets it off the rebound. V rotating around, gets the tap. Icarus with the contest. Ghost or O-Ghost goes to follow it up there. Good challenge coming out, and now we're going to see the ball running down towards their field. O-Ghost getting a good tap, but FSU playing it patiently. Bruno getting a tap. O-Ghost with the clear. Again, a lot of contest. I really like this play, and these saves are coming out absolutely fantastically for the University of Illinois.
Save after save, indeed it is for the side of the University of Illinois, but they're not going to be able to find another one, and that's Bruno's second goal of the game here. It's 3-0 for the side of FSU, and once again, we see the side of Illinois playing a little bit more passively, not being able to get that offensive touch going towards the opposition side, and it's forcing them to sit back, having to rotate through the boosts inside of their spawn and not being able to get any offensive pressure whatsoever. Great job by Florida State to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, Bruno now with the touch, looking to get the setup. Is contested by O-Ghost, followed up by V. Icarus winning that trade. Now there's an opportunity coming up for FSU as we see that tap getting a nice pinch over. Now rebounding it, V with a massive clear, and this is going to switch the momentum over. Icarus passing it to Bruno. I like this wall-to-wall play here, but Bruno's not going to be able to get the follow-up. High scraper, hitting that ceiling shot, no follow-up. We're going to see a direct shot onto goal there. Again, I like what we're seeing out coming out from both of these teams. There's a lot of patient plays being made. High scraper sitting it back. Oh no, passes it back to Icarus. Icarus sees an attempt, gets the crossbar. Bruno hits it, and it goes onto the side. That's so unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed, and those were missed opportunities by the side of Florida State. They were playing off of Illinois' mistakes all throughout that offensive try. when they weren't able to get it in. That was a wasted potential dagger here inside of game number 1. Once you get to that 4-0 lead, even a 3-0 lead is extremely hard to come back from, but a 4-0 down lead for this out of Florida State would have put them up and over the top. I feel like if they would have scored that one and put that one in, the momentum would have been too great in their favor. But Illinois, they still got a lot of time. 2 minutes and 5 seconds just about left here inside of game number 1. 3 goals is all they need, and Florida State was able to do that within, I believe, the first minute and 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah, and again, that's going to be goal number 4. I was just about to tune in as you were saying, time is a massive thing in Rocket League, and when you're able to see that, you know, 1 or 2 goals coming in within the first minute and a half, you definitely can rebuttal that in the second half.
So far, Florida State's offense has been high-flying. They've been fast. They've been furious. But now, it is going to be Icarus trying to maybe win that 50-50 up the side. But no, he's going to bump his teammate off that back wall. Bruno clears it away in towards midfield. And he continues to play that one towards the side of Illinois. Ghost is there for the touch. Almost is able to get the doink off the backside of his car in the net, but not able to find it. Bruno and Ghost double commit up towards that left side. Now, the try goes to the opposite way, but it's still inside of the goal for the side of Illinois. They need to clear this one out, but the pressure continues to come in from Florida State. Another goal just high off the crossbar. And now Illinois finally getting the ball into the side of Florida State, but how long will it last?
Yeah, now we are going to see an attempt here coming out from SSU. The double tap coming out. A bit of an unfortunate bump, but Icarus did manage to get the momentum tie scrape here with a good tap from Ogos. Ogos recentering himself. They get it past the defenders. It's an open goal for Ghost at the moment, but he can't get around the ball in time. Icarus, though, that was a very nice setup. He got a really nice read there, committed for his team. I for sure thought that was going to get defended.
I did too, and I think that, again, like you said, that was a fantastic read. Not only did he put himself in the best position there, but he allowed his teammates to work that ball back in towards the middle map without him making and forcing a play to where that goal didn't get scored. 0-5 already for the side of Florida State. I think we could pretty much call this one over, but crazier things have happened, Navik. And could this be one of those scenarios?
It 100% could be. Like you said, crazier things haven't happened. 15 seconds ago is a monumentous task, but it definitely has happened before. Now, we are actually seeing a good attempt here from Illinois. 2v getting the recenter there. That is going to be a clear, though. And at the moment, FSU have come out swinging.
Yeah, they have. And I want to touch on that offensive possession there for the side of Illinois. It seems like what they're trying to do is they're trying to get too many passes going that it's disrupting the flow of the game, and they could have one great shot in their arsenal that they could just pull out of nowhere, but they continue to pass the ball a little bit more than they should be, and it's forcing the side of FSU to be able to make that better play because they're able to rotate towards that next pass instead of them being caught off guard by a potential shot from the side of Illinois and then them being able to rotate back around and set up for another shot instead of just passing. Yeah,
but like you said, you called it at a minute left on the clock, but we aren't going to see Florida State University taking game 1.
Very convincingly as well, I might add, and that doesn't do anything to the side of Illinois. They've still got 3 more games, or 4 more games, I guess you could say, that they can come out here and absolutely dominate this Florida State side. It could be nerves. It could be, you know, something of the likes there, but Illinois, if they continue to kind of play their own game and start making Florida State force some mistakes at their own hands, this game could be very, very different as we get into game number 2. But either way, hopping into game number 2 here in just a second. Navik, any predictions here going into game number 2, or do you think we might see the same thing from Florida State with their aggressive play style?
Florida State came out, like I said, Florida State came out swinging there, and looking over the stats, they didn't have too many shots, but they found goal after goal. So if they can continue the accuracy and just outplaying the defensive side of Illinois, then I think we should see some very strong performances coming out from them. But we'll see if my prediction's correct as we are hopping into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, once again, folks, Illinois will be on the left in blue, and of course, Florida State will be on the right side in orange. 0-0. We're tied up once again, 5 minutes on the clock. A fresh restart for both of these teams, which is especially what Illinois is wanting to see after that game number 1. Up high and flying already, it is going to be V_RL. I think he actually changed his name after game 1 there, and now continues to push things forward. It is going to be pushing the envelope towards this side of Florida State, but Florida State will be able to get another large clear out, up off the wall for another pass. Can he go ahead and find the touch? Not going to be able to, but it is going to be a goal from Icarus following up the pass from Ghost. Florida State up 1-0 once again in the first 20 seconds of the game.
Yeah, I want to highlight the teamwork here, right? Ghost saw the pass, the communication coming out, Icarus following him up, not too close to the wall, given a good distance in case he could get that double touch, and he was able to find it, and that is going to be the first goal, like you said, 20 seconds in.
Oh, the curse for myself keeps on going. Early goal games every single game, and well, if this curse is true, we might not be even seeing a game 5 out of any of these teams today, and that's not what we want. Of course, as spectators, as viewers, you guys want to see this one go the distance because, well, those are the most fun to watch. Those are the most high-pressured situations that you can find in Rocket League, but now it is going to be another pass up the left side on the blue side of Illinois, a bump out of the air. It will be Ghost. Gets a little bit of a late touch there, so he won't be able to follow it up, but his teammate is there to make a pass down the field. V is going to be there, but he is going to get a 50-50 win on the opposite side, and Ghost will take on Ghost in a 50-50 as well, and that one will be going back towards the other side. A lot of back and forth action, but middle map, the most important thing here inside of game number 1. Or 2.
Yeah, and I just realized, I believe Oghost changed his name to just Ghost. It's just Ghost now.
Huh. Well, that's interesting, you know? That's real interesting. And I guess it's the battle of the spooky boys here inside of game number 2 and this entire series. You know, I can't really say which Ghost has been better so far, but if I had to put my finger on it, just because of that game number 1 victory, I'd have to say the Ghost from Florida State. So, you know, it is Christmas time. We are seeing, you know, Ghosts of this, that, and the other, but at the same time.
Goes to Icarus. RL seeing a chance there. Now Ghost. Oh, contests it. Finds the dunk onto Bruno. Now it's an attempt coming out from Illinois here. We do see that clear, but Skyscraper gets a shot onto goal. Bruno going to be able to save it now. Bruno's going to be running it up. Skyscraper actually stealing it away. Icarus not flying too close to the sun, but Ghost finds the rebound, and that's going to be goal number 1 coming out from Illinois.
Finally, they get some sort of momentum on their side, and this is what we love to see. Ghost must have heard my comment because he came out here and he put that one in for the side of Illinois, trying to challenge the Ghost from Florida State. These two haunting each other inside their heads. They're all in the mental. Remember, Rocket League is always that mental game as well, just like any other esport or sport in general. If you get in the head of another person or another player, well, that one could just do you the most gratitude and service.
Yeah, Icarus now getting a lovely tap to Bruno. Bruno getting the rebound. Icarus trying to follow it up. Ghost rotating, finds that boost as well. He's going to have plenty left if he can find and be set up by his teammates. Bruno with a really nice touch, contested Skyscraper, passes it to Ghost. Ghost taking a shot, and that's going to be goal number 3 coming out for FSU.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Bruno with an amazing ceiling shot pass into Ghost. Ghost, who anticipated that one absolutely perfectly, puts that one onto the right side where no one from the side of Illinois can get it. 3-1 for Florida State. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. A lot of time left here in game number 2, but Florida State looks superior once again.
Yeah, and Florida State, like I said, they are playing really, really well at the moment. Illinois finding their first goal this game, so they're starting to get their footing a bit more. We are going to see Skyscraper trying to stop this from happening, though. Actually hits that side bar. He's not got any boost, tries to commit to try and get a pass to it. R of V, I guess, is the one that we're going to refer to them as. Manages to get a good clear, though. Ghost finding it. Now it's Skyscraper, good shot. There's going to be a double commit coming out, and they find a clear from Icarus. Ghost, again, recentering it. Gets it past both of the defenders. V's going to get the tap, and that's going to be goal number 2 coming out from Illinois.
Oh, Ghost. Right there, that was an incredible bounce shot pass. You see him put that one so hard down on the ground, up off that backboard, and I've heard Squid say it a lot. If it's off the backboard, it's going to be a free goal. I've got to take that one from him right there. Give him credit as well, though, because that was off that backboard, and he put it to where no one from the side of Florida State could get it. Another goal here inside of game number 2 from Illinois. Finally, the momentum could be swinging in their favor. And, of course, only 1 goal separates these 2 teams with about 2 minutes left here inside of game number 2.
Yeah, only a 1 goal difference now. It's the worst state that we've seen FSU in a position, and for a second there, it looked like they might have been able to find it. A good contest coming out from Ghost onto Ghost. You know, that's really something. Icarus trying to get a bump coming out onto V from Bruno. Now Bruno getting the clear. Ghost looking to contest it here. Manages to get it. Skyscraper, though, not having that offensive rotation, actually focused on boost. Good rebound. A fantastic hit coming out from Ghost of the FSU side. And again, it's going to regenerate. Good tap here. Could be an attempt. V, though, up in that defense. Bruno's going to try and contest it. Manages to win that challenge against Ghost. A lot of back and forth at the moment. FSU are putting on a lot of pressure. Good double tap as we are seeing for the first time in a little bit. Illinois here starting to gain some momentum. They're going to pass one defender, but they just need to get it past Skyscraper. The demolition coming out onto Icarus from Ghost.
The biggest advantage for Florida State right now here inside this game is that they have the boost advantage. They're getting the boost pads where no one else is getting them from the side of Illinois, and they're also stealing that boost from them as well. They're making sure they're controlling the battle of it. They're making sure that they're in control of it the entire match. That way, when the side of Illinois tries to make a play, they can't make a great play. They can't just bring that one down and completely reverse the score on the side of Florida State, because they don't have the necessary boost to go ahead and do it. But the ball up high and flying. Icarus tries to make the save off the backboard, but it is going to be tied. He's going to put it in! Tie scraper with the score, 3-3. 38 seconds left here inside of game number 2 in Illinois. Finally showing the life that we thought they all had, and they're ready to go here in game, potentially push this one to a game 3, 4, or maybe even 5, depending on how far this one goes.
Yeah, now even at 38 seconds on the clock, this may be the first time this series that we get to see overtime. That's not saying much though, considering we're only in game number 2.
You're making me lick my lips. We had 10 games on the last stream that none of them went to overtime, or actually only 2 of them went to overtime, so this is beautiful for me, but a shot on goal from V is not going to fall. Bruno with an incredible save, and now it is turning around. A bad touch over towards that left side is going to allow the side of Florida State to push up. Shots in position off that back wall. Now a middle map pass isn't going to fall. VRL almost is able to get the dunk, but now an open net on the other side. Tie scraper the last one back. Can he do anything with it? Bruno, Icarus up in the air. Ghost trying to make the save, but it's not going to go over. VRL is going to be able to make the save, but Ghost up once again. Can he find the shot? Icarus puts it on goal. Another opportunity for Florida State to put this one in. Up and once again, but the ball is going to touch, and overtime we go.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in overtime. As we get into this kickoff, we do see it fall in the favor of FSU as V tries to get it past them. They're not going to be able to tie scraper with a really good hit though, but it lands in Icarus's hands. Icarus has got the boost. He's ran this in multiple times throughout the series, but he's not going to find the same technique that he has been managing to do. Good recenter here. We're going to see Bruno attempt to clear it, but he isn't going to find it. The demolition coming out onto Ghost there from Icarus. Now, we need to see FSU get a massive clear and find it off the backboard, but the play here might be exactly what they need. Ghost actually deciding to rotate into that defensive threat because FSU, oh my goodness, I thought Ghost saved it, but that is going to be game number 2 going towards Florida State University.
That one hurts if you are on the side of Illinois. You bring it back from an early deficit, and then the way you lose in overtime is a long boom clear down to the opposite side. That has just got to be a heartbreaker for the side of Illinois. Florida State will take game number 2. They'll put this one at match series here in this best of 5 series, but don't count Illinois out. Again, I know we said it all throughout that game, but we have finally seen a spark igniting the fire that could potentially put this one at a reverse sweep possibility. I'm not completely sold on Florida State winning this series yet. I'm not completely sold on Illinois making the comeback, but if there's one thing I will say is we love a good story in Rocket League.
Yeah, no, it's always great to see teams come back. You know, we've seen reverse sweeps happen before. We love it every time it happens because it's unbelievably hype. And coming into game number 3, I'm pretty interested. That was much closer than I expected to after we saw that game 1.
Oh, indeed. And I think it's also important to look to the supporters of both of these teams as well. I see, when I look over this chat a little bit in between the games, I'm seeing a ton of Florida State hype. I'm seeing a ton of Florida State fans. If only we had some more Illinois fans in the chat, maybe they're even looking over there to see who's cheering on for them and whatnot. But either way, folks, game number 3 about to get underway. Once again, Florida State in orange, Illinois in blue. Match point for Florida State. If they win this, they win this series. If Illinois wins this, we go to a game 4 and potentially even more with a reverse sweep try in their favor. But it is going to be a clear back towards the Florida State side. A nice pass up to Bruno. Bruno puts a shot almost not on target. And that one's going to fly back the other way.
There Ghost now with an attempt manages to contest one of them off that backboard. Are we going to see goal number 1 coming out from SSU? We almost did tie scraper though with a nice save. Icarus resetting that ball there, recentering it. Bruno's getting the touch, using the boost, trying to center it back up for his teammates. Gets the triple touch. It's going to ride against that wall for a little bit here as we see the attempted clear. A bit of panic, I think, coming out from Illinois there, trying to make sure that that ball doesn't sit in front of their goal because that's how you score. And now, Born, hit me with it.
Yes, sir. Well, what I was going to say is, when you said panic right there, I think that's a key word to use, because when you talk about panic in Rocket League, before, in game number 1, I talked about keeping a cool head, keeping your composure. When you talk about panicking, you're making mistakes, and that's what Florida State's doing. They're forcing the mistakes out of Illinois right now, and that's why they've been able to win those last 2 games. They forced a hard rotation in that overtime from Illinois, and were able to make that long clear, but a beautiful save there from Ghost. Takes that one and keeps this one 0-0. The first game that I've casted in a while that the first goal of the game hasn't been scored within the first minute.
Yeah, and I think that's a key point of this third game, right? Is that we've not seen an early goal. Skyscraper with a touch there. That might be extremely unfortunate, as it looks like it's going to go in, and that's going to be an own goal.
I'll give him shot of the century for that one, though. If he only would have put that one on shot on the Florida State side, that would have been perfect. Look at that bat. That was a beautiful clear over to that side. A great back touch, and of course a redirect as well. That was pretty.
it was a very nice and clean setup, but unfortunately, you don't want that happening into your own goal, especially being clean into your own goal.
Yeah, uncontested as well. You'd at least maybe expect a potential save from the teammates there, but a boom on one side. This is their opportunity to make a shot happen here, but not a pass. Just a straight shot goal with someone guarding it. And those are also the plays that Illinois need to focus on too, right? You need to make sure that you're getting those infield passes, like Florida State just tried to do there. Those infield passes are what is going to put you above and beyond your opponent, because they're not going to be able to predict every single touch that you have. And if you do the infield plays fast enough, that's going to be the bread and butter to your game. And so far, Illinois just hasn't been able to do that. They had that one bounce shot, but another goal goes in here for Bruno. 2-0 for the side of Florida State.
Yeah, that was really nice coming out from Bruno here. You see Ghost setting it up. Bruno decides not to contest it, just to follow it up, and he gets that little bit of touch, redirecting it straight into the goal. There was an attempt to be made there, but nobody was rotated for that angle. It's a hard angle to save.
Indeed it is. Kickoff once again, though, it is going to go the way of Ghost, but now Florida State going to be trying to defend this. Another touch in towards the middle map, but it's actually going to be put the other way. Now a pass to Tyler, or pass to V. V in towards middle map to Skyscraper. Skyscraper ain't able to find anything there. Bruno now bringing it back the other way. And again, Florida State, just a myriad of pressure coming onto the side of Illinois. They have not been able to find a way to counter it yet in any of these games. Even in that second game, it was close, but Florida State prevailed because of what they have done all series long, and that is have pressure and use the mistakes of Illinois against them. Almost another own goal there as well. But Navik, if we want to see Illinois come back in this game, right, after another goal goes the way of Florida State, what is the most important thing that they have to do here in game number 3 up at match point to make sure they bring this one back and force the game number 4?
Well, at the moment, their rotations need to be improved, right? I think communication might be breaking down a little bit on the side of Illinois, and they just need to be getting those defensive rotations, not getting the double commits that we're seeing, and just managing to be a bit more present on the map. Here's a good attempt coming up from Ghost. Really nice setup, but again, Icarus was right on top of it, managed to save it, and he might just be able to get this straight in. Good
Ghost
save.
finally coming through with the save. A great one at that, of course. But now, a 50-50 win for Ghost is going to push this one back the other way. Bruno in towards middle. It is going to be V who makes a great save to bring that one out, but still the pressure once again for the side of Florida State. Up off the backboard, tries to make another touch. He's going to put it up for his teammate, and Ghost puts it in. 4-0 for Florida State, and this one is all but over with that goal. Illinois, you got a minute and 45. Are you going to make it happen? We're all rooting for you to bring this and push this one further. We want to see more Rocket League, but unless you're a Florida State fan, of course. But either way, Florida State up 4-0 here on Illinois, looking to bring this one to a 3-0 win, and the broomsticks with it.
Yeah, and this might actually be the 5th goal. Ghost there managing to get the save. Playing it, patiently. We're going to see the demo coming out onto Skyscraper. The commit, good pass onto Icarus from Ghost there. Unfortunately, doesn't quite find the connection he's looking for. But like you said, we're all rooting for Illinois at the moment to try and make a comeback. We want to see more Rocket League. But with the defense that is FSU at the moment, they've only let one goal slip this entire series.
One thing we also got to talk about, this is a 3-0 out of the side of Florida State as it stands, and both of these teams come in at 1-0 apiece. Both of these teams have an undefeated record, and Florida State is right now making the push to be the first 2-0 team here inside of the Power 5 Invitational.
Yeah, and like we said at the start of the show, of course, this is all but pre-elimination for seeds. We're going to see the 5th goal coming out from FSU. But as I was saying, these are the pre-elimination matches, and these are going to decide the seeds at the LAN event. So no team can drop out at the moment, and maybe some teams aren't taking it seriously because of that. I hope not, because every team should be doing their best to try and practice. Because when it comes to that LAN event, you want to win it.
Oh, 100%. And I think something that we also got to talk about is LAN plays incredibly different than online does. Even though the ping is not as bad as it is in some other esports titles, and it doesn't affect the game as much, it really does though. Because if you're going out to a LAN event, not only do you have your teammates next to you, but you also have almost crystal clear connection when playing inside of these matches. It just makes for a lot better gameplay, a lot smoother gameplay, and of course, like I said, being there with your teammates allows everybody to cheer each other on, make sure everybody's got the good vibes and that the chemistry is still there and still vibing.
Yeah, and I mean, chemistry, that is a key word, I think, for any game, any athletic sport. But specifically Rocket League, right? If you have bad chemistry, you're not communicating, you're not setting up goals. That was a really good attempt coming out from Illinois there. It was almost thought that we get that. It looked like it was about to pinch in, but with 1 second left onto the clock, ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is going to be FSU taking the series 3-0.
A sweep in the books for game number 1 here on the EGF Power 5 Invitational, week number 2. And of course, the first game of the stream has come to a conclusion. As Navik said, 3-0 for the side of Florida State. Illinois will now have to be at a 1-1 record, risking a potential lower seeding at the LAN event. We'll see what they can do in their next match when they try to bounce back, but Florida State boasting a beautiful 2-0 undefeated record that is going to allow them to at least have a little bit of a sense of non-worryment. They're going to be out and able to just enjoy the night now instead of having to worry about that 1-1 record. But either way, Navik, I believe we're going to a quick break before we get into game number 2 here.
We are 100% Arcorn, and we will be coming back to you very, very soon with Georgetown playing against LSU. So I hope you've all enjoyed game number 1, and we look forward and hope you stick around to see the next set. We'll be right back.